Well, good morning. It is just a few minutes after 10, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to our webinar today. My name is Nicole Galicchio, and I'm the COO and integrator from Turning Point HCM, and I'm very happy you could join us. This is a strange time in our society and our community, and being prepared is extremely important. Right now, businesses are changing, and with that, HR needs are rapidly changing. Our presentation today will go over these needs in detail. During the webinar, we're going to discuss ways you can prepare for and remain compliant, given new laws and regulations, protect your business from fines, fees, and lawsuits, while also remaining intuitive and connected with your employees in this unstable and rapidly changing environment. Now, you may be saying to yourself, Nicole, I know things are changing, but what aspect of HR or my employees actually needs to change or be addressed? Aren't they doing the same job functions as normal? Isn't onboarding and hiring all the same as before? Part of my job on a daily basis is to always play devil's advocate, to think the worst case scenario and give sort of a wake-up call to the changing times in order to best prepare yourself and your business. Throughout this presentation, you may notice some tasks that may need to be taken care of right now, and other tasks you may feel can take place in the back of your mind until a later date. Either way, over the next several weeks to months, things will need to take a turn in your HR department, I guarantee it. Depending on your current evaluation of your HR team, only you can decipher how imperative it is to make changes. I'm just going to be here to guide you. During this webinar, we will first present some compliance questions that you may be asking yourself. We want to help you understand your current HR department and changes that may need to be made due to the pandemic. We'll then go through some possible solutions for making those changes. I want to help you ensure your business success in light of all these different changes that are occurring with our economy and within your business. I know it's starting to feel like old news now, but the state of the business world has completely changed. I can't stress this enough. The business plans and strategies that we had for 2020 have gone out the window, and we were left to figure out how to be successful in this world, this new norm. While some of us may be finding our place in this new environment after several months now, others are still truly feeling the painful effects of this pandemic. With many companies starting to return to work, we're now facing the challenges that are coming with rehiring or downsizing in compliance with new regulations. And we're coming to terms with the fact that our previously needed products or services may be outdated. The business world has been halted in its tracks, and HR is going to be the key to regrowth. Many businesses will be going through phases of reconstruction with their workforce. Your departments may start to look different. Your employees' job tasks may begin to morph. Your policies, procedures may need updating. Much of this reconstruction will fall on the shoulders of your HR department. This can quickly become extremely stressful and difficult for those employees, especially if your HR was decimated, like many companies, and now the HR is falling on your shoulders or your manager's shoulders. So what is the current state of the HR world? Unemployment stats are staggering. 35 million people were put out of work in only 8 weeks. Liabilities are now falling back on businesses, HR departments in particular, because we're talking about our employees. HR teams need more guidance and support now more than ever. Your HR department has always been the go-to for your employees at any time they had questions or issues in the workplace. Now everyone has questions. All employees are dealing with returning to work, returning to the office, working under new conditions, part-time in the office, full-time remote, feeling for their safety. And this may take a toll on you, your employees, your HR department, if everything is not adequately prepared. So now let me put into perspective some real-time issues business owners are facing. I know this personally because many of our clients are dealing with these issues at the moment. They're reaching out to us on an hourly basis and looking for advice. And it's not only our clients. My network, my peers are also seeking advice on what to do next. Where do they go from here? Returning to work is not going to be as simple as driving to your office, going inside, sitting at your desk like nothing happened. We're going to face some challenges during this time. Some of the issues that I have seen or you can expect to see when returning to work are compliance documents, in-office procedures, remote employees, employees not wanting to return to work at all, keeping up with laws, executive orders, etc. Start to think about what changed for you and your business since January 2020. How are you operating differently today than you did 6 months ago? What kind of issues have arisen for you and your team? Are you currently facing any lawsuits or compliance issues? I want you to think, did anything happen in these 6 months that may have a counter effect of lawsuits or compliance issues? Did you downsize appropriately? Did you furlough anyone? Was it done correctly? Do you have a remote team now? Have you updated things? I want to take you even a step further back. Things that I were talking about with our clients prior to January 2020. What did your HR department look like November or December of last year? Do you feel confident that it was in working order then in order to be above par for now? If the answer is no, then it has never been more important to ensure that your business is complying with old and new laws and regulations. People, employees are panicking, and the unemployment rate is alarmingly high. So you'll want to do everything in your power to protect your company from fines, fees, and lawsuits. The first step to doing so is to be up to date on laws, policies, and procedures that should be in place. So ask yourself, do I have what I need to remain compliant given the dozens of new laws and regulations? Enter your HR department. Of course, if your company has a full and experienced HR department, you're probably not too worried about this side of return to work struggle. However, many businesses went through a downsizing process or furloughed their employees and may not be able to bring back their full workforce. If you fall into this category, you're not alone. The hiring or rehiring process is an HR department task. So if you're lacking your HR department, you may be struggling to reopen or relocate your previous employees. If you're trying to reopen with an HR department is less than full, things may be getting very overwhelming very quickly. You risk all the policies, procedures falling through the cracks. This exposes your company to potential issues. If you halted your HR department during the past 6 months, were your HR staff keeping up with these lawsuits? These new laws, these regulations? Do they have the capabilities to now tell you what needs to be in place as well? They may need help. Now you may be saying, this sounds bleak. Nicole, what am I supposed to do? To that, I would say the first step is to consider your different solutions. What do we do from here? The immediate fix can be remote HR assistance, because if you're not an HR professional, putting a quick fix or a Band-Aid on your HR issues is going to be detrimental to your company. I can completely understand and emphasize that the short-term goal for many businesses right now is to reopen and start making money. So how do we do that? This starts with HR from the bottom up. But you may not have the budget or the manpower right now to beef up your HR department, and that's okay. There is an immediate fix: hiring a remote team to suit your needs. There's so many benefits here that the solution can actually be explained from either short-term to long-term growth and stability of your company. The benefits to a remote HR team are remote services that have already full teams accessible right now at your fingertips. These services cost a fraction of the price of your full in-house HR team while still providing state-of-the-art all-inclusive HR support. Just think about all the salary and overhead you could be saving on your budget. Remote HR services have been monitoring and learning about new laws and procedures as they were introduced. We've never stopped working, as we were already implemented in a telecommunication procedure, since that's the nature of working as a remote HR team. We already have experts trained on policies that your current HR staff may just be figuring out, like I said. If this pandemic taught us anything, it's the future is uncertain, as we have businesses that need to be flexible now for anything. The long-term benefit to having a remote HR team is that for any future event, you will have a full team of employees ready to tackle any challenges as they come. Now, in case you're saying to yourself, Nicole, I don't need a remote HR team. My department can handle everything. I'd like to talk a little bit about specifics of your HR department and policies that are likely affecting you right now by the pandemic. I think it's important to be in the know. Whether you're a business owner or HR manager, you don't know what you don't know. I never close myself off to hearing pieces of educational information. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to be successful in an unstable and unknown situation and environment. So, HR, your employee handbook. Now you may be thinking, well, I haven't looked at my employee handbook in ages, while others may be thinking, my attorney reviewed it, I just updated it in January 2020. What could have changed? So I'm going to take some time now to pose some questions to you for you to think about. Do you have employees working from home? Have you had employees working from home at any point in the past 6 months? Now, if you answered yes, does your employee handbook have a telecommunications policy? Are there security measures in place for your employees that are working on home computers? Okay, now, if you have employees in the office, what due diligence are you doing to protect them from cross-contamination? Have you put things in place to protect your employees? Did you update your handbook to follow these new policies? We'll get a little trickier. Are you allowing some of your employees to work from home and others not to work from home? Now, I assume you could see where I'm going with that question and how discrimination suits can fall into place with that one. Is your handbook continuously updated as the new laws are changing and executive orders being put into place? So is your handbook a living handbook? Do you get updates? Does it do it itself? Who's doing it for you? We talked a little earlier about employees and their job tasks maybe have changed, right? Due to the pandemic, you may had to lay off some of your employees and others absorbed those job functions. Did you make adjustments to your current job descriptions for the employees that remained on? If you answered no or are unsure of any of the questions I just posed, you're running risks of great liability to your company that may be detrimental more so than the pandemic, that you may not be able to come back from at all. I think I've been saying it like a broken record. There are so many unknowns happening to us right now. One way to help your employees and your HR department is to make sure they are properly trained. The future is uncertain, but preparing your employees for what to expect in your company will set their minds at ease and make returning to work a bit more comfortable. Training will give your employees the knowledge they need to feel safe and successful in this new world. Some types of training that are available to give your employees and your managers are sexual harassment prevention, unconscious bias training, pandemic preparedness, diversity, strategy, and telecommunication training. I know that these changes can be overwhelming for you and your HR team. I want to just spend a few minutes going over our services and the capacity that we can help you with what your needs are. Here at Turning Point, we offer all of the training courses mentioned in the previous slide, and all of our courses are 100% online and self-paced. You tell us when you would like your employees to complete it by. We can set custom dates. There are over 180 different training courses that we offer. It covers a huge variety of topics. If there's something you are looking for, we have customized training courses as well for your company that our HR team and strategists can put together. There are packages available which offer a combination of certain courses, and there are also the options to purchase individual courses. For those of you that are interested in something a little more, we would like to direct you to our HR Gold services. In our HR Gold package, you'd get direct access to one of our dedicated certified HR professionals. This includes unlimited phone and email support. We have been training and preparing through all these changes, and we have the resources needed to support your HR team. We can also be your entire HR team if you have let yours go. We can help with areas such as employee issues, onboarding, offboarding, job descriptions, HR questions, verbiage, policies, procedures, clarifications, etc. Please feel free to contact us after this webinar. Like I said, everything can be customized and tailored to your needs, as we know there is not one specific area that all industries, all business types needs at the moment. I think that just about wraps us up. I'd like to bring your attention to some free services we offer. On our website, you can find white papers, featured articles, our monthly webinars. Feel free to sign up to receive notifications about them, to get upcoming topics. I'll leave our website up here for a little bit and take down, answer some questions that you may have. Feel free to put it in the chat feature. Be happy to run through them now. I definitely recommend, looking through our white papers, as they have a lot of valuable information, especially going over what to do during the pandemic, whether you're furloughing or whether you're rehiring. It is a really great free resource that we offer. So let me see if we have any questions. Hi, Judy. Thanks for joining us today. Judy is asking about training for large teams, particularly over 1,000 employees. Yes, Judy, our trainings don't have any maximums or minimums. There are certainly packages that can offer you discounted services if you have a larger team. I'd be happy to speak with you after. You can either email Rick at Turning Point, or you can email Nicole at turningpointhcm.com. I'd be happy to discuss that with you further, but our trainings don't have any ceiling on it. It is, at your needs, if you had 10,000 employees or 2 employees. Let's see. Michael, thanks for joining us. Michael is asking about updating their handbook. Can I purchase a one-time project, or does it have to be a monthly contracted with recurring services? Great question, Michael. So no, our services can be purchased almost ad hoc. So you can purchase a one-time project if you feel confident in your HR support and you just need a little bit of help updating that living handbook, as we talked about, right? Updating things as they go along, all of these new laws, our platform and programs and our HR specialists are staying up to date on these things. Around the clock. That alleviates the pressure off of your HR team if you already have one. And it doesn't have to be with any of our recurring services such as HR Gold. It's completely customizable to meet your needs. Again, feel free to contact Rick, he's CEO, or myself. I'd be happy to discuss things further. I think that's all the questions we had. Thank you again for joining us. This webinar will be recorded and on our website. Feel free to send us a message if you have any other questions or if you think of anything. We are happy to answer them for you. Have a great day.